amount? Which
All right, I'm
dollar
gonna
amount?
pick something easy. Let's do something easy. Season 1 for 400.
Season 1 for 400. Okay, here we go. What was the name of the finger puppet
Oh
Julie
man,
and Ethan played with that was on its way back from the Lake of Tears?
how is this on the? How is this a 400 question? What are we doing? Um, damn. I know it was the one that met the lonely dragon. It was the yellow one. He had a really regular name, like Herman or Harry. It was something real regular.
Is your final answer?
Herman. That's it.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Okay. Chat
Damn.
is saying Norman. Chat is saying is Norman. Norman came back from the Lake of Tears, and
Man.
Julie said the monsters, the creatures killed them.
Look, y'all gonna need to help me out. DM me the answers.
All right, so go ahead, pick the next category, guys. Let's see what the chat says. Pick the next category.
Come on, y'all need to help me out, right? Yeah, don't make me embarrass myself. All right, I see Boyd.
I see somebody say Boyd. Okay.
All right,
so
we'll Boyd for 200. We ain't gonna play like that right now.
Okay. So where was Boyd coming from before being lost in Fromville?
He was coming from. Damn, I know he was on his. They were going to get the boat. Damn. Why you pick these type of questions? Where was Boyd coming from before being lost in Fromville? I'm about to run out of time. You mean like what city was he in?
Yeah, like what city was he coming from, pretty much?
He wasn't in Florida. That was Jade. Kenny was in Austin. Sarah was in Pennsylvania. The Matthews were in Arizona. Wasn't he in like the Midwest? Wasn't he like in not Chicago, not Illinois, the one next to it?
Come on, chat, help him out, chat.
Oh man.
Somebody said nobody don't know.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I think it was the place. What's the place next to Illinois? It's the same place Michael Jackson's from.
Oh, you talking about Gary, Indiana?
Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
It's got maybe it's Indiana. That's my final answer.
No, they were coming. They were coming from VA.
Get out of here!
yeah,
he was right. He don't need no border in Indiana. What was I thinking? Right, he was going to take that to Lake Michigan.
Yeah, he's coming from VA. All right. So let's go to go ahead, chat. Pick out another category, chat.
Y'all not helping. We got to go harder, everybody. Come on now. Let's we in this together. Yeah, that was hard.
That was
Boyd for 200. I don't know what Boyd is 1,000 is.
Yo. Somebody say creatures 200. Okay, I like that. Creatures for 200. Okay.
All right, let's go.
See, now this is better, right? What creature said you picked the bad spot?
Smiley. Thank you.
Smiley, man. Somebody said from history for 200. Okay. So who has been in Fromville the longest?
Now you're speaking my language. Victor. See, now we got $400, people. Let's go.
You got it. All right, what the chat saying? Let's pick another one.
All right. I'm gonna let them chime in with some answers too.
Pick another category, y'all.
They over here dying over the last one. Somebody said
done it for 200.
Done it for 200. All right.
Smiles Davis. Okay. Who killed Sarah's brother?
I'm gonna give him like a little 10-second window. I know the answer.
Okay.
All right,
Seems
this
like
is the easy one.
the
Everybody
chat.
knows this one. This is Sarah.
Sarah did it. Sarah did it. Sarah did most of it. Most of everything in the town. Okay, pick another one. Pick another one, y'all. I said it was supposed to be Ethan. What did Sarah? What did you do, Sarah? Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Talisman. Okay, here we go.
1,000.
Talisman.
Oh, they done playing.
1,000. Okay. What do the symbols on the talisman mean? Okay, y'all wanted the Y'all wanted the 1,000 question.
Hmm.
This
See,
should be
let's see.
easy though. This should be easy though.
It should be easy. Maybe.
Somebody said military base. I like that. I like that. Just think first thing that comes to your mind.
Somebody put duality or balance.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You want me to help with this one?
This one, I think, because I actually get to cheat.
Oh, look. Nice. I like it.
I think it means a ritual. I think it's a symbol of a ritual that's occurring, and it kind of indicates that it's something that happens from day to night. So, like on it, it seems like there's like two little people. It looks like those little F things, kind of those fork things, kind of remind me of trees or something like that. I think it's a ritual. I think that's what the symbols mean. Somebody put it means protection.
We don't know. We don't know what it means. That was a little trick question, and we don't know what it means, man. That's one of the things that we hope we find out in season 3 to be continued. We don't know. We don't know. Now, what they do, now I feel like that's a different question, right? I feel like that's more of what we're getting at. What they do, not what they mean. We don't really know what they mean.
I need to.
So somebody, nobody knows yet. We don't know, right? That's what I was saying. The simplest thing. Tell us, Guru, what answer was we looking for? Someone said another category I saw up here. Season 1 for 200. I think we did that. Right? Season 1.
No, I think didn't we do season 1 for 400?
Yeah.
Oh no, we did do this one, didn't we?
Where was the Matthews family going before they got trapped in Fromville? We talked about Boyd, where he was from, but now this says where was the Matthews family going before they got trapped in Fromville?
I know where they were going. I want to give somebody a quick second to answer. Matter of fact, I think they were.
Where was the Matthews family going?
To Yosemite. It was Yosemite or Yellowstone. It was one of the national parks. I keep forgetting. I knew it began with a Y.
What's your final answer?
I'm gonna go with Yellowstone.
Yellowstone is correct.
I bet.
Yellowstone is correct. Yeah, they were on their way. But here's where the plot thickens. You know, a lot of people disappear in those national parks, right? I mean, it just any way you look at it. And whose idea was it to go there? It was Jim. Like, don't even get me started, man.
Here you go again.
Get me started. I'm telling you, Jim had this whole thing planned out.
If Jim wanted his wife back.
He wanted her back to missing. All right, let's go. Let's go down the categories now. So season 1, who was watching the Matthew family as their RV pulled into town?
I know the answer to this one. I'm gonna give them a second. I know the answer to this one. The first person to see the Matthew family when they pulled in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think most people got it. Most people got it, and I think that is a big scene right there. I feel like that it shows that before we seen Sarah, right? She was hearing voices, seeing visions, just in her own little crazy world. And so that's also why I connected with some of the other things that happened even before From, right? It had to be. Even before we seen these characters, things was going on like that. So she definitely knew they were coming. She had her little murder plan, and she's about to.
Somebody said the crows.
Yeah, really. You would put it like that. Yeah, they did. They did. Okay, here we go. Season 1 for 1,000. What
The
poem say on the board in the diner?
I didn't even know there was a poem on the board in the diner. I'm stumped on this one. I need help. I need a lifeline, y'all.
You want to call somebody?
I need to call somebody. Yo, somebody tell me, what does the poem say? Don't give me no idea, Daryl. Come on, try, people. Hope is a thing with feathers.
So this is the picture that this is the picture that we see.
Okay.
And behind her is a board, and I always looked at that letters and I'm like, what does that say? Something? I thought it was today's menu, right? But looking at it closer, it says it's a poem. It says forever is composed of nows, right? And it's a poem by Emily Dickinson. Now, what that means, I don't know, right? But it's supposed to be something about, being outside of space and time and being in the moment, So I'm guessing that has a lot to do with these people being trapped in the now.
Of course, we see it with my number one suspect, Mrs. Lou. Right, here she go again.
Right,
making miracles with candles.
With the pots on the cups, right? So yeah, a lot of crazy, mysterious things going on in the diner. Cooking food with low flame.
She cooking on a candle.
Cooking on the candle. All right, I think we got creatures for 600. All right, what creature pretended to like the guy in the bathroom?
Oh, to like the guy in the bathroom? You mean the dude with the porn stash?
Yeah. Simp number 1.
I know which one. I don't remember. Do the monsters have names? Like, I know which one it was. It was that one. She had a little blood on her shirt. That little blonde hair, the gray dress, Jasmine. She got a name.
Yeah, there's only one creature with one name, and it is her. It is her.
Okay. Thank you, Delcenia. Yo, you deserve a prize.
I thought I had her picture up there, but I guess I didn't have her picture. But yeah, she's the only one that has a name. Yeah, so Jasmine. Yep. All right, so you guys seen this one? I hit it by accident. But what creature wears a 10-gallon hat? I try to.
Woody old said this place couldn't break you. That's easy.
That's what you said, right? That's what you said. The cowboy, yeah, that's a good one. Let's see what else we got here. All right, here comes the big question: a creature for 1,000. This is more relevant. What creature killed the cow in season 3 trailer?
Oh man, I know this one. I know this one too, and to me. This one has the most. This one's the funniest one because it's ironic that the cow gets killed by the milkman.
Exactly. The cow gets killed by the milkman.
Like, oh, you guys think y'all don't need me?
So that was a good one.
I love that one.
All right, let's get to our favorite guy, Boyd here.
Boyd, oh man. All right, let's do it.
Which one you want? 6, 8, or 1,000?
Nah, let's go rip the band-aid off. Let's go for the 1,000.
Woo! Who threw down Boyd the rope in the well? You wanted this is what you wanted? This is what you wanted? This is what you wanted?
This is what we doing? All right. Nah, this is one of those trick questions. Don't play with me. It's either
you are 100% right, man. You're 100% right. This is one of those questions that it can't be answered, right? We don't know, But I believe that there was no rope. I believe that he was never in the hole. Right? I believe that it was all in his mind. All right, Martin. We know Martin is not physically in Fromville, right? He's not in a room in a house next to Boyd. You get what I'm saying? Like this guy is not there. So Boyd was never in the hole, and he never had to climb up the rope.
So I think Delsenia pointed it out to me once before. The rope was connected to the well. It wasn't like somebody threw the rope. It was actually like it was connected to the well and like it was dropped. I don't know if that matters at all, but I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to get these 1,000 points.
Yeah, so hopefully we find the answer to that too. Similarly enough, on the From IG page, they did post some trivia questions, and that was one of their trivia questions as well.
They love trolling.
They do. Who threw the rope to Boyd? So I'm gonna check back later, and see what majority of people put, or if they gave any hints, because we don't know. All right, let's see. Boyd for 800. What was Boyd's profession?
He worked in the Marines. He was a Marine.
Yes, correct. He was in the military. Yes. All right, so let's see. Boyd for 600. What is Boyd's nickname?
Ooh, I remember this one. Let me see if y'all remember real quick. This is biblical right here. Abby was a Marine, so he worked in the army. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, he was. I just say the military. He just says he was in the military. He was in the army. I think this is correct. She put he was in the army. Yeah, he was in the army, and so he was setting up towns. Which is funny enough. This town needed to be set up, right? Like, what are the chances, right, that the person that you need just happens to be strolling through your town, whistling, wishing they had a boat, and then they're next thing you know they're finding resources and setting up towns and killing monsters, right? Like, what are the chances?
Mr. Fish and Loaves came through exactly when he was needed.
Exactly. That's true. Mr. Fish and Loaves. So Abby was a Marine. All right, and I think we did that. Yeah. So I think we did all the boys. Yeah. Who was Boyd's wife?
We done said it.
Yeah. We just said it, Abby. All right, from history, we'll just start at the top. Or which one do you want?
No, let's do it, because I don't think we touched this at all.
Yeah, we didn't touch this one. So, who has been in Fromville the longest?
It's got to be old man Victor, the man child.
What is the name of the lake next to the colony house, if you can call it a lake?
Right, that little splash of water. I wonder if that joint flooded. It should have flooded by now.
Exactly.
The Brundles.
Yeah.
Yo.
What was the first resource Boyd returned with from the forest?
I want to say the first thing he came back with, it wasn't the talisman. I want to say the first thing he came back with was a goat.
Yeah, he was solidifying his spot as the goat. But the goat came back with the goat. And I believe that goat is still alive. Let's see.
Is that the? All right, yeah, let's go.
I think that's the same goat.
Yeah,
same goat. So here we go. What is the name of the chocolate bar Father Khatri buried in the field?
Nah, ain't no way.
See,
let's tag in the lifeline, y'all. Come on now.
This is everybody for their rewatches. This is how you really know if you did your rewatches. Okay, this Bitey says Astro. That's a lifeline. Somebody else said Out of This World. Someone said Space Rocket. Daryl said it's called a Khatri bar. That's hilarious. I like Space Rocket. What's your final answer?
I like Galaxy Bar or Space Rocket. I think Astro. It looked like Astro, the cartoon character. I'm gonna go with Cosmo. Damn, we all failed, y'all.
Cosmo chocolate. They're Cosmo chocolate.
Damn.
We still don't know the relevance to this other than Sarah. They told Sarah that what the logo looked like, and she drew it. But we don't know. I mean, a lot of people were speculating between this and a couple other things that this was the alien theory or the crossover leading us to space or a whole bunch of stuff. But I think it's from Lost. I believe there was another type of thing like this in Lost, right? So it could just be an Easter egg.
I thought it was just them trying to prove to Father Khatri that they always watching.
Hmm. Yeah. I do definitely think too that established that they hear all and see all.
Which is creepy.
Really creepy. Which one was that? Okay. So
That
here we
was
go. Big
800.
question. That was 800. So from history for 1,000.
Name one of the 6 dates Tabitha saw in the Lighthouse Tower. She saw like 6 different dates, 6 or 7 different dates. I think one of them was 1506. That's
We
my.
got
We got a few answers.
we got a few. We do got 1506 in the chat. Bitey's been right for a while. We've got 16. We've got 1978. We've got 1609. 1506. So you said 1506, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, that is correct. There was a whole bunch of them. There was 1506, 1864, 1752, 1931, 1883, 1978. It was like 1672, and looks like
1773.
Yep. And so, I mean, I really fixated on that 1978. I believe that was as far as I got. That's why I believe that that's the time that Tabitha went back to. I believe she was in the 70s because there was one vehicle in that picture when she was looking out the window, and it looked like that vehicle happened to be from 1978. And then if you see that picture of when the massacre happened in the town, there's that yellow car. I believe there's 2 cars. They're both from 1978. So I just found a lot of connections from 1978, and so I figured that's where she would go to either find Victor's father or Eloise.
Okay. I think I can rock with that. I think this has something to do with the 2-car thing, and I wonder if 1978 lines up with when Victor came here, or maybe around that time. Because Victor's been here.
Yeah,
Like
I think that's when he came.
years.
Yeah, that's when he came. Yeah, that's when he came. That's when the murder happened. I guess in the same day. Yeah. So I mean, but I was trying to figure. Everybody was trying to figure out what these dates meant, right? And I believe Boyd found the bottle, and I can't remember what the date was in the bottle, but I think it was 1609 or 1864 is one of those dates. Now the 1506, I did the live stream and we talked about 1506 and John Cabot and the Vikings. So that was one of my theories about the Vikings, which connect to the talismans and the runes. So I mean, but there's so much with these. I do believe the dates are red herrings, though, man. It's just too much stuff.
So somebody pointed out to me one time that these years also match up to years that have an eclipse. And I think they alternate between solar and lunar, but these years also line up to when there was an eclipse.
Hey, thanks, Daryl. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it so far, man. I mean, talking about From and doing trivia and stuff like that with From is always fun. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I'm glad people are coming out. Yo, y'all could be anywhere in the world right now. Thank you for joining us and giving us your time on this Saturday night. I really appreciate y'all.
Man, so those are eclipses, huh? So I mean, we have to see. I mean, we know that something can control the weather, right? We've seen it. We've seen hurricanes. We've seen snow. I mean, we could see the eclipse. All right, so let's see. Yeah, that was for 1,000. So Talisman 200. Okay, this is easy. How many talisman are there?
You told me 12.
Exactly. There are 12 talismans, right? And in the behind the scenes footage, I believe John Griffin said one thing that the people don't know yet is what they mean or what they will mean or something like that. He said so. each of them will mean something different. That's what he said, right? And so that's what I'm waiting for. I kind of feel like the talismans, even though they look like they have the same symbol on each one, I feel like they might not. And I feel like that something they all will do something, So we have to see.
Like Goku's Dragon Balls, did I get them all together?
Get them all together. They start glowing and get a wish. Let's see, talisman. So who did Boyd give a talisman to and tell to go live in the forest?
So this is almost like a trick question too, because he told two people to go live in the forest. Right? The first time he told somebody to go live in the forest is when he didn't want to put Frank in the box. He was like, here, take this, go live whatever life you can out there. Then he did it again. I think he was saying something like to Randall, like Randall didn't want to give up his gun. And he was like, look, if you don't want to live by our rules, you could go live in the forest. He might have even said it to Sarah, like, there's a few people who got this offer.
Look, one thing we know about Boyd, he wants people to live their best life in the forest, huh?
Yeah, like, good luck.
He's like, hey, you got a problem? The forest right out there. Right. No, that's hilarious. I forgot about him saying that to Randall, and I forgot about him saying that to Sarah. So yeah, you're right. But I had the person I had in mind was this guy, Frank, Mr. Frank. But I feel like he was saying that at this point though, is because even though he was, I think Boyd was a little bit sad over Frank's wife passing, because there's some deep theories that Boyd might have had something going on with this guy's wife. So because when he went to go tell Ellis the news, he was like, you remember, she's the one, that Ellis just cut him off like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yo, it's always something important when they get cut off too.
Exactly. So we don't know what was going on, but yeah, I definitely believe that he's right. He did give it to Frank. He did give the offer to Randall. He did give it to Sarah. So yeah, that was good. Okay, let's see. Now here's sort of like a question we said before. Now, what do the talismans do? Right? Not what do they mean. So the other question was, what do they mean?
Okay, so it keeps them from entering a space that is completely closed off. Right? We know that if there's like a broken window, it's a problem. We know that in Colony House, we saw that scene with Ellis and Fatima, and they were able to just close the doors, and the monsters were in the house, and just because they closed that little double door, they closed off the space enough so that they can hang the talisman for protection. So it keeps the monsters out. One thing I want to know is, could it keep a monster in?
Exactly. Yeah, I like this answer by Jay Sleek. He says it's a shield, but yeah, I definitely think protection, it keeps the monsters out. And yeah, I feel like if you did get them in there, like Susie Q said, it would seal a space, right? And then it would prevent monsters from getting out. And I mean, could you imagine? I know in the trailer when they got Boyd in that barn, right? Could you imagine if he just pulled out a talisman, right, and then locked everybody in there, right? That would be crazy.
Game over. He would just win the game, right? Like, yo, we found the cheat code. We done here. Let's go, and just burn the barn. Burn the barn. Oh my gosh,
man! Listen, if that happened in season 3, look, I think we just found the ultimate fan theory, right? Boyd pulls out a talisman in his pocket, seals the creatures up, and burns the barn down. And then Randall burns the barn down, and then he burns himself up, right?
Yo, people hate Randall. I hate him too.
Hate him with a passion. Okay, here's a 801. This is pretty simple. Where did Boyd find the talismans?
So this one is the easy one, but I was always a little confused as to whether or not, like, it felt like he fell into some cave in the woods when he found it, but also part of me was like, could it have been inside of a tree? Because
Yeah.
trees, I don't know, but it was definitely he was out in the woods, and it was like some cave like thing because all the walls were made out of stone. A temple? It was in a temple? Nah. I mean, it had moss things covering the door. Like, I don't know how that even worked, that he kept the monsters out. A rock hut.
In the forest, in a cave. What's your final answer?
I'm gonna go with in a cave in the forest. Final answer.
Yeah, I mean, whatever this thing is, right?
Oh,
I mean, whatever we want to call that thing. I mean,
rock hut. All right,
rock
I'll
cut.
take it.
I did like, people said, I mean, it has to be some sort of spiritual thing, right? I mean, we don't know. They didn't elaborate on this, so we really don't know. So there's really no wrong answer. But I mean, I like this as you connect it to a temple. It has to be something connected to something that have some magical power, and it did seem like they were all on the wall, like being, harnessing the energy, worshipped or energized. Me personally, I would like the talismans to glow, right? I feel like if they were really full of magic, and I argued with somebody about this on Facebook that the talismans don't have any real power, right? Because if they did, they would glow or something would happen when they're up on the house. Like you've seen Demon Knight, right? They had to put the blood around the door and it like flashed for a second, right? Like just give us the impression that it's doing something. But I think that the way that this place is set up in the game, right? Because we've heard them say game multiple times. The way the
Mm-hmm.
game is played, once these talismans are up, they can't cross that, right? But if we've seen Ellis have the talisman drawn on his jeans, and that doesn't do anything, right? So there has to be something else with it, that we just don't know.
I think it also ties into this structure itself. Like they were like in the structure walls. Like he had to like damn near
Exactly.
chisel that joint out.
Exactly.
So who built it? Like forget who threw the rope. Who built the cave? Who built the stone bushcraft thing dungeon?
Hmm. Hmm. But then there's similar vibes from right. Like we know it was based on Stephen King books. We know it was based on a couple other authors, a couple other shows. And one theory that's out there, right? What if, right, we find out that Boyd manufactured a lot of these things, right? Like, what if Boyd really just went out there and carved some stones, right? What if these things that we think we see, because we have a perspective, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes characters have other perspectives, and then they catch up later, right? They go back and show you what really happened.
I agree with you that there's definitely this show. They like John Griffin. He's inspired by everybody. He's borrowing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and he's cooking. Um, the one thing I'm just trying to always. The one thing I want to do is also just try to keep it somewhat like you said. It's cool when we have things that we need to think about to really solve, but he's got to dumb it down for some more people, right? Like this is still a TV show. I think he's going to want to try to swing for a wide audience. He's going to make it hard, but I think that some of these other things might be a little too hard for some people. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So we'll see. Like I said, we don't know until we know, but it could be a lot of things. But yeah, it was. I would say, the forest. He brought the talismans back from the forest, and whatever type of hut this was, whether it was a temple, rock hut, or Viking, which some people were saying a Viking, like not a longhouse, but some sort of Viking shelter. That's what I believe it, from what I had looked into, that it was some sort of Viking house that from like it had to be from like 1506 era. It had to be from one of those dates. So I was going by the 1506.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely Vikings, Vinland, and so it had to be that. That's what I was thinking.
There's definitely some naked and afraid stuff going on.
I think we did this one. I think we did that
We
one.
did this one.
Okay, so we did one on who done it, and then so all right. So who killed Mr. Lou?
It was the wasn't it Woody? Wasn't it Woody and the and his little girlfriend that he be walking around with sometimes? The one that taunted Fatima outside the police station that night when Ellis. I know it was this monsters, but I think it was Woody.
What was your final answer?
I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the. It was a girl. Now I'm gonna go with Smiley. I'm gonna go with Smiley because Smiley was doing Matt's villainous stuff season 1.
Yeah, I think ultimately it was Smiley. I think Smiley killed Mr. Lou, and I think the librarian killed the nurse lady. I think she killed the nurse lady. So they was on a two-man. They was on a two-man mission, and they executed flawlessly, right? But Sarah got blamed for it. We all know that. Like pretty much
Oh,
everybody, she left the door.
She
open.
left the door open, and I'm still mad. Nobody really thought to look at Toby's body and realize, like, yo, I don't think they touched this.
Exactly right. He was not even that damaged compared to Mr. Lou. I mean, they was pulling his veins out of his ankles. Right? Like they was getting in him. I was like, yo, they didn't have to do my boy Kenny like that. They didn't have to pull his veins out of his ankles. Like damn. They was bugging on him. Yeah, so
this is a sad one. He
killed himself. Yeah,
he couldn't take that no more.
Mm-hmm. Eric gave up. Probably the smartest one. I believe his name was Eric.
Another sad one.
Yeah, who killed Abby?
I think everybody know this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, this is also too. Susie Q said Jasmine. Yeah, there's two. Now think about it. Two guys in the bathrooms. The bathroom at the post office / police station, and then the bathroom of the county house. Yeah. And here we go. Everybody say Boyd. Yeah, Boyd.
Yeah.
Boyd. All right, here we go. Final question from Jeopardy. Who done it for 1,000? Who was responsible for the death of Thomas?
Who's responsible, or who do we blame it? Right? Because we know that these two were getting divorced because of what happened. I think they said it was Tabitha when she was doing something with Thomas and he fell. Final answer.
Okay, so I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was Jim. I thought Jim putting his name back out there. Jim was watching the kid. The phone rung, and he turned his back for 1 second.
Yeah, I blame them both. It's both their fault.
No, in a situation like that, yeah, it definitely would be both their faults. But I mean, that's why they both. Now, it could be trying to come up with a theory, man. That's why they both in Fromville. Maybe the whole family responsible. That's why they all in Fromville.
Right? Like this is a place of guilty people who got away with stuff they shouldn't.
Exactly. But I blame Jim. I blame Jim. I mean, and going back to what I was saying about some things happening before right? So we know that Sarah heard voices before we even seen her in right? There's a possibility that Miranda saw visions of people in even before she even got there.
We know Tabitha did too.
Tabitha did too?
She talked about it. She talked about when Julie asked her, she was talking about, hey, I saw children. And she was like, I used to see things before, but this was different.
And that's right. And then so let's look at it like this. And then what if Jim was hearing voices and seeing things before he got to Fromville? And then remember, Abby said, I seen this place in a dream or something like that, right? When she was a child, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of what she said. Because honestly, she was only on screen for a few seconds at a time. I'm not even going to front. It was hard for me to remember everything she said. Only person I remember acting like that was Elgin's goofy self.
Susie Q just said it here too. She said Abby said she dreamed of this place as a kid. So yeah, I think that things are coming up, that there was a lot of stuff before Fromville. And so the death of Thomas, right, might have been on purpose by, unintentionally by Jim. Wow. So yeah, so that was it. So great game, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now those are my questions. I know you got some questions
I ain't
too.
got nothing good. I ain't got nothing. Like, you just see what you just put us through. I'm sitting here. My questions was like, what is the name of the bartender? Like, what are we doing tonight? Um. I got one. I got one question. I got one question. I'm gonna just put it out there, and that's it. What is Jade's last name?
Mm. What is Jay's last name? Hey, I want to say something with a K. For some reason, something with a K comes up. I want to say something with a K. Help me out, chat. I want to say if it's something like, oh no, maybe no. You know what? That's Victor. I'm thinking of Victor's last name. I just found out Victor's last name. His Jade. Let's see, Emerald Jade Emerald. No. Let me see what's going on, chat. Someone said Herrera, Jade Herrera, or something like that. Somebody said unknown. So yeah, I'll go with where's Bitey at? Bitey's been right all night.
Spidey said unknown.
Oh, Bitey said unknown. Oh, Daryl's another one's been right. I'll go with Herrera.
That's it.
Yeah.
Man, Jade's last name is Herrera from Florida.
Yeah, man, that was a good one. Now that was a real good one. Yeah, some of my slowly learn, and because I just learned Victor's last name. You know what I'm saying? Because for a long time, some of them aren't listed. Like whoever the guy is, right? That Tabitha's meeting, he's not listed, but I seen in like a news article.
Henry.
He's Henry. Yeah, he's Henry, right? And things like that. There was somebody else's name that I think I saw too that has to do something with. Well, Jay being from Florida, one thing that I always felt was interesting. If you look at that map that was in Boyd's office, it says Sigrid car, right? And I know that was one of my early theories about trying to figure out how that connected to whatever was going on, like Sigrid and the company that invented the car, and could that have been some of the early tech for the simulation theory? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on with Jade and everything around him.
Yo, I hate this simulation theory. Yo, we need to find out a way to disprove this. Like, if this turns out to, like, if this ends up like Wayward Pines, I don't know if I'm gonna take it okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be okay.
Exactly, man. And so, all right, well, everybody enjoyed the trivia. I'm happy everybody could join us tonight. Like you said, people could be anywhere in the world tonight, especially on a Saturday. But you already know the fromily and the fromville community is here. And this is what we do. We talk about we theorize, and we come together. So we appreciate y'all for coming together. That's right. Victor's last name is Kavanaugh. I can't Kavanaugh. Yeah. So we're all looking forward to the premiere. We're 8 days away. You got anything planned for the premiere? Live streams, videos coming out? What you got going on in the next week?
I always do videos, but I'm going to start doing live streams. Like, my audience has been asking me to do live streams. It's just hard for me to just narrow down a time to consistently do it. I think since the show is now moving to Sundays, I'm going to aim to do it on Mondays. Mm-hmm. And try to do it at a time that works for everyone. I want to do it at 8 o'clock at night, but then some people be in different time zones, and that don't always work for everybody. So I'm gonna try to probably do it like early, like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday. So y'all get a day, y'all. Catch up.
Thank you, Chocolate Beauty, for the super chat. We are a super sticker. We really appreciate it. It was great hanging out with you. Yeah, man. I got into some of the lives, early. I did some, and I think, really set the tone for the live. The live I did, it ended up being really, really big with Tyron. Mm-hmm. And then ever since then, but like I said, I really like doing videos more. Like I said, I really like theorizing, doing the editing. So I got a video coming out later tonight, guys, on my YouTube. I'm doing one. I'm sort of breaking down what is possibly going on with Fatima. I think I got a great theory on that. And I'm gonna try to release one next week, which will probably be my final video before the season premieres, and that'll probably just be top 10 mysteries for season 3. And then yeah, of course, I think YouTube will be alive with lives on the 22nd, right? I think it's gonna be really big that day. So yeah, I mean, we got to definitely all do something else. Or jump if we just do like a round table, jump to people's lives, all day, right? Because I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot. That would be cool. Everybody just go around and get in people's lives and just talk from.
Listen, if you're doing it on Sundays, let me know. I mean, I might hop in if that's what you want to do. And I did want to just plug one thing. For you guys who did watch my videos last season, y'all know I had like this little thing, those little surprises at the end of my video. Be ready for that this season too. So I got y'all covered.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, yeah, man. So final theory, final prediction for season 3.
I think Tabitha is gonna find. I hope Tabitha finds Eloise. That's what I really hope. I really hope Tabitha finds Eloise. She goes out this town and she finds somebody who got some answers. That's like, yo, you know my brother Victor. I hope that we get no. They better give us some answers, right? Don't give us another season of just questions and new cast members. If they do that, I think I'm gonna have a big problem with From. Like honestly, I don't think I could do 3 seasons of just questions and no answers and feel okay about that.
Exactly. Let's see. My final theory this season is I think we're gonna find out who the boy in white is. I do. I got faith in that. I feel like we're gonna see how it connects. I feel like we're gonna find out who the guy is, and we're gonna find out how it connects to not only Victor, but I believe that there's some connection with Victor and Tabitha, right? We have not seen Eloise as an adult, right? We've seen her as a child. Everybody believes she's alive. I think she's alive too. And I know there's a little controversy about possibly Eloise being Tabitha, but we've seen crazier stuff, right? We've seen crazy stuff like Terminator. If you've seen Terminator, right, the girl ends up being. I won't spoil, but you know how Terminator turned out. So it's crazy stuff going on here. But let's see. But I do think we'll find out a lot about Boyd, and I do think they'll set us up with some good information for season 4, which we will get. So, but we'll have to wait and see. We don't know until we know, and we get ready to find out 8 days. So, man, thanks for doing the live stream with me. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for this 2+ hours. And as always, let's discuss. Make sure you guys subscribe to the movie blog. Make sure you guys subscribe to my page. Catch up for our notifications. We got a lot of stuff coming this week, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.